try and struggle through recording this with one hand and also using it with one hand. So here is the finished prototype. This is the second one. Here's the first one. It's not actually on a pen right now. You can see I labeled it 2. You can see the charging board port, the ESP port, our rotary encoder here, our button. Yeah, overall, turned out pretty great, I would say. Here it's connected to the pen with this TPU sleeve, and there's a TPU insert inside of this little coupler cap here. So if I actually turn it on, it doesn't have the best indicator light, but I tried to make it visible. You can also kind of just see it there. Okay, so the pen is officially on, and it is waiting for someone to connect to it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to connect. So I'm going to run my connect module, and I have my little environment on right now that has all my Bluetooth stuff in it. So I press this, waits for a moment, and it connects. So then it waits. The device actually waits until it receives a specific message from the computer. Once it receives that message, it actually enters into the calibration state, and we see our first calibration message. So when I do this calibration on the pen, you see it told me to turn it to 0. I'm already at 0, so I'm just going to press the button. Nothing's going to get registered for this first one, but I press it, and there we go. It tells us to turn it to 5. So now I'm actually going to turn this to 5. 4 and 5. So now I'm going to press the button again. And this time you see we have this ratio that was added, and it's now asking me to turn it to 10. So I turn it to 10, press the button. You can see fully me pressing the button, getting the result. Now 15. So there we are at 15. Once again, press the button. And now we're being asked to return it to 0. So let's turn it back to 0. And there it is. So now we get our ratio, and instead of it giving us another thing to do, we actually enter into normal operation. So normal operation is basically this thing actually reading and recording. Well, this actually doesn't record. The computer right now is actually recording it. But basically I will turn this to some dosage. So let's try turning it to like 7. Something we didn't actually use. So I'm going to press the button, and let's see what it gets. So it actually got a dosage of 7 when I pressed that. So let's return it to 0. And once it's in the normal state, it does not it resets the internal count that it's doing inside of this. Unfortunately, it's not quite perfect. I tried really hard to be super exact. So if we go like way above our normal, like our range that we actually calibrated over, let's see what happens. So we were at 28, but we actually got 29, so we were 1 off. So pretty close. So we go back to 0. And let's try 18. Let's see what happens. 19. So pretty close, but not quite there. I think the error is caused by when you turn it. You can see there's like kind of a little bit of space in here before we get to the next thing, and I think that is being registered by the encoder, and is why we get those small errors. It could also be because those it could also be caused by something like this too. So if I turn it to the left. The encoder is basically saying it's 0 when it goes to the left after the button. So now I've just moved it slightly. I'm still in 0. And let's see what happens here. Oh, interesting. So we didn't get anything that time. So here, I'll see if I can get it to do it. No? Wow, it's pretty good. Try turning it a little bit higher. Oh man, I can't even get it to mess up. But yeah, this is what I made, and I'm also going to just to show how cool this actually is. Here is the first one. It's not actually on a pen. There's the second one. So I will now turn on number 1. You can see it's on. I'm not going to turn off number 2 or anything, but I'm not going to connect a pen to number 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to it, and this pen is actually running an older version of the code, so it's not going to be like perfect, but I just want to show that that it does actually work. So we'll press the button, say we're at 0, and now it tells us to go to 4. So just turn it some random amount, it doesn't really matter. I just want to show that I'm getting readings on both. So now we're in normal operation on this one. Turn it a little bit. And there we go, we get a dosage of 0. So let's turn it up. And dosage of 11, dosage of 5, turn it up pretty high, dosage of 24. Cool. So now we can go back over to this side, turn this up, and we're still reading over here. So even though we have 2 different devices, they're both able to connect and run even at the same time, and I'm really hoping this works on design day.